Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And I have been up all morning long. I got up at like 7 o'clock this morning. I slept straight through the night. I have achieved so many things today. So many goals I have accomplished today so far. I actually filmed my very first video on my new channel, Peter Does Stuff, so go check it out. I make coffee in a percolator, and I tell some stories, and there's some secrets, and there's some secret friends, some birds and things in there, so go check it out. All right, let's get into reading some meditation videos. Let's get into reading some meditation books today. I brought with me the Daily Book of Positive Quotations, as well as Journey to the Heart and The Language of Letting Go. I read my other meditation books this morning. I feel so peaceful. I have been just relaxing around the house today. I have candles lit. It's just such a fantastic morning. So let's get right into this. I'm gonna be like so meditative. I'll be in such a meditative trance when I get done with this, because I've been meditating all morning, reading the meditation books, and now I'll be reading even more meditation books, but you can never have too much, you know? Some mornings I will sit outside and I'll just read like one book. I'll just take one of my favorites, but other mornings I'll just take the whole pile and I'll read until I find one that I really like, or I'll read, you know, all of them, and each of them apply something, they apply to my life. So I don't know, it just depends on the day and how I'm feeling. Typically if I only have just a couple of minutes, I'll just grab one or two books and I'll go out there on the patio and I'll read and try to just kind of listen to the universe outside. This morning I was sitting out there. I actually talked about this in my other video. I was sitting outside and I could hear like 3 or 4 women down there playing tennis on the tennis courts, and it reminded me of my mom when I was growing up, and it reminded me of playing tennis when I was growing up, and it was just so soothing. And then I could hear the birds, and somebody was mowing their lawn down there, and I just love to listen to all the sounds in the morning and to be part of the universe. It's interesting because around here, well, I guess this makes sense, doesn't it? Around here, we live in a very suburban area. Night time is very quiet, and the daytime in the morning is actually, I wouldn't say it's loud. I mean, it's not like, you know, you hear like, you know, semis going by on the interstate, but you hear a lot more, you know, even with the wildlife, you hear like the birds and things like that. And you know, kids playing on the street and people walking up and down the street talking on their front. Like the new thing I've noticed, because I'll sit on my front porch and say hi to my neighbors when they walk by. The new thing that I've noticed is that people really enjoy talking on their cell phones while they're walking. Like this is like a big thing that I noticed this summer that I had never noticed before. Previously, I would always notice, you know, that sounded like a TV show. Previously, my battery stopped just at that point, and I thought I should probably change my battery before I got on here, but I didn't. But anyway, previously, on Peterisms, previously I would notice that you would see like 1, 2, or 3 people walking, right? And they would like be having conversations in the morning, and it was funny because I would only catch like 20 or 30 seconds of the conversation, and so I'd always hear like, and there would just be these random conversations, but you can hear it, you know, because they're walking right in front of you. And me eavesdrop? Never. Never do I ever do that. But now it's like you can hear people like talking on their phone, because they have their like, you know, their AirPod things, their Air whatever in, and people tend to talk a lot louder, you know, when they're talking on the phone. I don't know why. I guess maybe they think somebody's farther away because they're on their phone, but or they can't hear them as well when they're on their AirPods, but they talk so loud when they're walking up and down the street, and so I can hear them like, you know, 4 or 5 houses away, and they're like, what? Well, yeah. No, we had tuna casserole for dinner last night. It was pretty good. Yeah, and then we watched Law and Order. It cracks me up. So anyway, but I kind of take in all the sounds of the morning, and I like to be kind of just part of that and realize that I'm just a very small part of the universe, but I am part of the universe, you know, and I like to kind of acknowledge that every morning. And then I do all of that stuff. I do my prayers and my meditations, and I read these books and do my, you know, daily gratitude list and my affirmations and all of that. And then I ask myself, okay, are you ready to start your day? And I typically do not start my day until I've asked myself that. And you know, and honestly, there have been days more recently too that like I'm just not ready to start my day, that I just kind of sit back for a little bit and I drink my coffee and I just kind of like I need to be just, you know, part of the day before I go on, you know? And this past weekend, I took some days off and I didn't film any videos at all, which was so hard. I missed it, you know? But it was so nice to like get up and just sit there and feel like, okay, I don't have this to do and I don't have that to do, because I always am so scheduled out for what I want to do throughout the day, you know? And even right now, I was like sitting there and I just made my list for today because I didn't do it last night. And I was making my list and I was looking at the things that I have to do. And like, you know, I always list out all the videos that I want to make first. And those are always the things that I want to get done, you know, the most. And I was like, I don't really have a whole lot to do today. So I get to just spend the whole day making videos and just enjoying what I do. And maybe driving around and talking to a friend on the phone while I, you know, get some coffee or whatever. And I was like, it's just so nice to just have a day to just be of the world and relax. But oh my God, there's a little chipmunk out there on my patio. But even if he's always eating all the food, because I put some food on my squirrel table and on my, the birds were eating it earlier. That might be in my new video. You have to go check it out. But anyway, I think like even if you only have 5 or 10 minutes in the morning to just take that time and relax, you know, I think one thing that people would find if they actually did it, because when I say that to people, like friends of mine, they'll say, how do you find time to like get centered in the morning or get like balanced and things? Oh, this little chipmunk is out here on the table. I have to show you. This is so cute. Watch. You can see him out there. Do you see him? He jumped up there now. You can see. He's... Hold on. Do you hear the birds? There he is right next to the table. He's like, I'm going to eat all the food. Look at that. I could just sit here and watch these birds and these animals like all day long. But anyway, typically, I'm back. Typically what my friends will say to me when I tell them, you know, like they'll say, how do you take, you know, time in the morning to get like centered and whatever? He's so sweet. He's like eating all the food. I'm like, it really doesn't take that long. I mean, it takes literally like 5 or 10 minutes. If you sat down outside, okay, or just even in your kitchen for 5 minutes, what you would realize, and you took one of these books and read them, what you would realize is 5 minutes or 10 minutes is a lot longer than you think it is. Like sit in silence, honestly, for 5 minutes. Like watch, we'll do this, don't look at the timer, okay, just sit there and listen and just sit in silence. That was 20 seconds. Imagine 5 minutes. Okay, and we think that it takes so much time to like, you know, in the morning, like, I don't have time to relax. I don't have time to take a bath. I don't have time to take care of myself. When people say, I don't have time to take care of myself, I'm just like, how much time do you need? Like, you don't need that much time, you know? Just, I'm having such a hard time focusing you guys because his little tail is going like this. It's so hilarious. But, and he's like, now he's underneath the picnic table. It doesn't take that much time. You know, it takes just a couple minutes, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I think that each of us owe it to ourselves in the morning to take that time to get really, you know, relaxed. I know in the last couple years, I have really, the last 2 to 3 years, taken a lot of time and effort focused on my spiritual foundation, which for me is who am I on a daily basis when I wake up. Like, you know, like, am I connected to my higher power? Or if you don't have a higher power, like, do you feel connected to the universe? Are you taking time to balance yourself out and connect yourself in the morning? Like, I've really taken time to do that every single day and really get serene and content on a daily basis. And let me tell you something, I've said this a lot on this channel. It's not a luxury for me anymore. Like, I have to be that way, or I'm just not ready to go throughout the day, you know? Like, I have noticed that things that used to get me all bent out of shape just don't anymore. Like, they just don't have the power over me that they used to. And I'm talking about little stupid things, you know, like, I don't know, like just being stuck in traffic. And, you know, I was like, it was funny because I was like in this review video the other day and I was like, oh my God, these lines. And somebody commented on it and they said, Peter, you need to be more patient. You need to practice patience. I was like, this is somebody that watches my Peterson's videos, right? But like, I was kind of joking too. I had nowhere to go. So it wasn't like I really needed, other than filming the video, to be anywhere, you know? And, But it's like those kinds of things are the things that, to be honest with you, like 5 years ago, like really would have got me upset. Like I would have been, forget it, I'm not getting coffee. Like I would have really allowed that to ruin my day, you know? Now I can't get coffee and now my day, you know, I just really would have let myself get so like bent out of shape about that stuff back in the day. And I just don't today. I just, you know, and it's not because I have done some grand work on myself. It's not because I am so peaceful, zen, serene. It has nothing to do with that. I think it has to do with the fact that I've slowly over time implemented, you know, starting my day with a spiritual foundation, which can be whatever you want it to be. Having a glass of water, singing a song, listening to maybe some music that makes you feel calm, you know, whatever. But starting your day from this peaceful and calm space, this chipmunk just will not leave. It's hilarious. But starting your day from this very peaceful and calm space, right? Because if you start your day there, that's how you're building the foundation for your day. So if you start it with calm, okay, then typically your day will be that way throughout the day. And if your day gets like chaotic and toxic, you can always go back to that place where it started and you can say, okay, but this is where I started my day, you know? Versus, think about those days that you wake up and like, you know, Sally needs her hair braided and Johnny can't find his football jersey and, you know, your husband is like sitting in the kitchen like demanding breakfast. I've just like made this very typical TV show family, haven't I? You know, but like whatever your situation is, okay? Or let's say if you're single and you're like, oh my God, I didn't get my work together the night before and I stayed up too late talking on the phone or watching a TV show and now my stuff's not ready and I got totally distracted with the chipmunk deal. So let's just get right into the meditation. I'm going to get into the meditation today. I'm going to read from the language of letting go. Needless to say, start your day off in a calm spot. If you have to plan the night before to do that so that everything is ready to go the next day, just do it. You don't want to start your day all frazzle razzmatazz. You know, you just don't. You know, I don't know where that came from. But you don't. You just don't want to start your day like, oh my God, oh. Because if you do, the rest of your day will be like that, you know? And days that I have, and that's also like a really good place to start your day over. Like when you're having a day like that, it's just, I cannot sit here, you guys, honestly, like the chipmunk is back. I cannot sit here and try to film while the chipmunk is sitting out there, okay? It's like this. But anyway, I get totally distracted and that's all I want to look at. But this would be like a really good time to practice what I talk about in my vlog a lot, which is you can start your day over whenever you want, you know? And if you're having one of those days where it's like, okay, you know, everything in the morning was like going crazy and blah, 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 whatever, and then you have like 2 minutes for yourself in the car once everything's kind of settled, that would be a good time. Oh my God, now there's a huge squirrel up there. It is crazy around here. Anyway, I need to practice what I preach. But that would be but this is kind of like a good crazy, you know? But that would be a good time to, you know, practice that whole lesson of starting your day over and saying to myself, okay, this morning was kind of like chaotic and whatever, but like the rest of the day, I'm going to be calm and I'm going to be serene and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. So, anyway, it's funny seeing that squirrel up there because I was sitting over there putting up my new video, on my new channel. And I could hear like a squirrel running on the roof. And then I just saw it and it has like this like, it has, I don't know, some kind of nut in its mouth. It just went over there and it got like a, what do you call it, an acorn or something like that. Or it wasn't on the picnic table. The squirrel wasn't this morning. It was just the birds and now this chipmunk. So anyway, all right, let's get into this meditation for the day. We're going to read from the language of letting go before this meditation video is 300 minutes long, like I said before. Let's see, September 10th. Self-approval. Most of us want to be liked. We want other people to think of us as nice, friendly, kind, and loving. Most of us want the approval of others. Since childhood, some of us have been trying to get approval, trying to get people to like us and think highly of us. We may be afraid people will leave us if they disapprove of our actions. We may look for approval from people who have none to give. We may not know that we're lovable now and can learn to approve of ourselves. In order to live happily, to live consistently with the way our higher power wants us to live, and to tap into a way of life that is in harmony with the universe, we need to let go of our extreme need for approval. These unmet needs for approval and love from our past give others control over us today. These needs can prevent us from acting in our best interest and being true to ourselves. We can approve of ourselves. In the end, that's the only approval that counts. Today I will let go of my need for approval and my need to be liked. I will replace them with a need to like and approve of myself. I will enjoy the surprises I find when I do this. The people who count, including myself, will respect me when I am true to myself. Wow, that is such a hard thing though, isn't it? I mean, like, when these meditations say, like, today I will let go of the need for approval from others, like, that's a great thing to say, but I think that's very, very difficult to do. And especially somebody like me who grew up just really craving validation from others, you know, and really needing it from others because of being bullied and not having it, I think. Just anything to me. Like, I'm thinking about this, like this story, and I've told this story on here before. They're literally, you guys, are like birds, like just coming up at this point, okay? And they're flying all over the place. It's just a crazy town. So, and the chipmunk is literally just like sitting on the picnic table. I have to show you this, okay? I mean, I know this has become like a total town of chipmunks, but I have to just show you this. He's just like sitting on the picnic table, and there's like birds flying everywhere around him, and they want on that picnic table so bad. Do you see? He just, I can't, he will not go away. It's so hilarious. So when I was growing up, you know, I sought approval so much from my peers that, like, I think that's something that's carried over into my adulthood as well. I can never tell when this camera is like focusing on my face or not, and then I watch it back and I'm like, how did it get out of, now the squirrel's back. You guys, this is unreal. There's a bird, a squirrel, and a chipmunk. You guys look. Here's a squirrel over here is in this corner, do you see? And you guys want me to focus on what's going on in my life. Now the chipmunk is gone because the squirrel's there. Oh my God, I love my life. Anyway, it makes me very, very happy. It does, just to sit here and watch all this. I'm sorry for the distraction today. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. I'm totally going to name this video a squirrel, a chipmunk, and a bird meet at the bar. But, you know, when I was growing up, I sought validation from my peers so much, you know, and I remember this one time we were playing baseball, and I think it was like 9th or 10th grade or something like that. I think it was 9th grade for gym. And they stuck me way out in some field because they just assumed I couldn't catch a ball and all that kind of stuff, right? And so they stuck me way out there, and I remember I didn't have a mitt on. And the ball was coming for me, and it was like the end of the hour. And, I mean, trees are literally going like this, you guys, squirrels. Like, that is, like, that picnic table is getting all kinds of action this morning. So anyway, it was like minutes before the class was going to be over, you know? And it was like this tied game of 5-5 or, 7-7. I don't even know the score of what a baseball game would be, let alone what it was back then, you know? So I'm sitting there, and the ball's coming for me, and I hear all these people shouting, and they're like, get it, Peter, get it, Peter, get it. I have been like sitting out in the field, like, you know, picking grass, looking for 4-leaf clovers. And this ball comes towards me. I'm standing up, I had stood up, you know, and I got it, and I went like, and I literally went like this to protect myself, and I caught the ball, okay? For about 30 seconds, I was the most popular person in that gym class. My hands hurt so bad from that ball, with a bare hands getting this, you know, ball that went out in the middle of the field. No, I had no mitt or anything, and I did not care. I mean, my hands were burning. They were so red for like hours afterwards, and I did not care. Because for like the next 30 seconds, it was like, oh my God, Peter, yes, yes, yes. All these people were yelling for me, and they were congratulating me. And then that was at the point that we were on, like, the baseball field. From the point that we were on the baseball field to the point that we got to the gym doors where everybody went inside to change, which was probably about 30 seconds they had forgotten. I cannot tell you that I'm 48 years old, okay, and how much that still means to me today that I think about that. Like, that's so weird, isn't it, that I needed that kind of approval on such a big level way back then that, oh my God, you guys look. I just told you there were birds everywhere, right? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds on the table right now, or around it. Look at that. Now they're gone, and I'm back. Hello. You can't see me. Oh my Lord. But anyway, that meant so much to me, you know, just those people acknowledging, like, that I had caught that ball, you know. And I can remember, like, just for a second, I knew what it felt like, you know, or what it might be like, or how it might be different. And I think that in my adulthood, I've really sought that as well. As far as self-approval, one of the things I've really realized is When I do what feels true to me, this video has been so all over the place, you guys. When I do what feels true to me in my heart of hearts, and when I do what makes me happy, okay, and what I feel like sings of my soul and my spirit, is when people that I really like, or new people that like find me, or like that I meet at a meeting or something like that we form a friendship, that those are the things that they like about me. Typically the people that like me are the ones that like me for me. Do you know what I mean? When I'm trying to be something that I'm not, or whatever, which I've done much of my life, I've played that role 20 years of my life. I did that, tried to be something that other people wanted me to be. I'm never happy, number one, doing that. And number two, I'm not truly meeting my people, because my people are going to be attracted to me. And when I'm being what I think somebody else wants me to be, then people, let me pull my hand onto the screen, then the people that are going to like me aren't meeting that person. So isn't it more important for me to be my most authentic self? Isn't it most important for you to be your most authentic self, so that those people out there that are going to meet you, that are going to like you, are going to meet you and like you for you? And I know that sounds corny, but think about it. We're only here but for one lifetime, right? Like, if we're wasting our time trying to appease the masses out there that aren't going to like us anyway, no matter what, and then if they do, they like us for who we really aren't, then say screw it and just be who you want to be. Be too much, like I say on my other channels, Be who you are inside of your soul. And those people that are attracted to that person, they're going to find you, My friends in high school, we were all, my one friend, she used to refer to us as a bunch of freaks. We were a bunch of freaks, Half my friends had their heads shaved, and we were listening to the wrong kind of music and hanging out and doing the wrong kinds of things. I never went to a school dance. I never did any of that. And sometimes in retrospect, I look back and I feel like I kind of missed out a little bit, right? But that group of friends saved my life, and we were so connected, and I look at that and I feel like they really were different parts of my soul at that time, and I found people that really sang of who I was. Like those friends of mine that I had, those ride or dies that I had when I was in high school, those are people that sang of my soul. And my friends today that I have, my close friends, are people that like really, they like those things about me, those wild and kooky things, crazy things about me that I allow to come out when I'm with my friends, And I've tried in the last couple years to really just blend those together. And so I'm always, different elements of that one person. And I think that everybody should be, I think everybody should be what makes them the happiest, the chipmunk's back. So that means it's time for me to end this video. But yeah, I think it's hard, but I think that we have to make ourselves happiest first, Do you want to live an entire life with trying to mold yourself into what the the other people in the universe are going to want from you? I don't want that. I want to spend my life being happy with who I am, and hell, that's hard enough anyway, as it is, let alone trying to make millions of other people happy, and God knows what they want anyway, and they probably wouldn't even notice if we did become that, you know what I mean? So anyway, have you ever tried so hard to make somebody happy by wearing the right outfit or the right, you know what I mean? And they don't even notice anything anyway, and then you get to like you go to a wedding and you think like, I have to wear this or I have to wear that, and you go to the wedding, and then you're like, you really just wanted to wear like, I don't know, some real cute, I don't know, like tie with a sport coat or like a vest or whatever, and some cool shoes and jeans, right? And you're like, I'm not going to wear jeans to a wedding. Nobody would wear jeans to a wedding. And then you go to the wedding and there's like, there you are in this suit that's so uncomfortable, okay? I mean, I'm using like a suit, but it could be whatever. And then you see this guy across the room and he's got real cute jeans on, rolled up with some like, Oxford bucks and, like a real like different tie and like a, whatever. And you're like, and everybody's looking at him like he's the most stylish guy. And you're like, I wanted to wear that outfit, but I wouldn't wear jeans. See, be true to yourself. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.